Price of any local competitor's printed ad for an identical product. Not applicable to Walmart.com. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Welcome, everybody. Time again for the most exciting hour in radio. It's time again for the PM show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. Hey, guys, how's it going?
Hello. Hey, everybody. How are you? I know you can't answer. Hey, everybody, isn't exciting?
Who is
We
that?
have a new pope.
Yes, we do.
A popey.
Yeah.
Francis. Isn't that great?
Pope Francis.
From Francis of
Okay,
Assisi.
now here
Pope
is,
of the people.
The
Yes.
Pope of the people.
Now here's the
Rides a bus.
Here's the irony of the whole thing. Today we have on as our guest Rick Michael, who is a fabulous imitator of guess who?
What?
Francis Albert Sinatra.
Oh,
Get the tie-in. It's
that's
all
right.
time.
Very
Eric's
good.
here with his Frank hat.
I got my Frank hat, and of course, we'll link with your link to the movies coming up.
It's true.
Yeah, it is
have-
true. What are we talking about
I'm not-
today?
you wouldn't lie about that, about me being here.
What
It's
movie
true.
are you going to talk
Oh, I got two movies. I got two for the two movies that open up this weekend. The Call with Halle Berry
Great.
and The Incredible Burt Wonderstone with Steve
Oh,
Carell.
I want to
Yeah,
know.
the
yeah.
magic
So I'll be
one.
telling you about those.
I'm excited to hear about it.
So,
Yeah.
listen, we were talking before we went on the air
Yeah.
about this Verkochten cruise ship.
No,
That
it's
was-
not the Verkochten. It's the Carnival.
Carnival cruise ship. Well,
it might as well
and-
be, though.
And I cannot believe, we get requests to go on these cruises, and I turn them down.
No,
in a minute.
thank you.
And like my pal Dennis Free and I hate boats. Where a boat is and where there's water and big fish ain't going to be us.
Especially stinky
But
boats.
how stupid can these people be to open a bar when, first of all, they blow an engine and they got all these people rocking and rolling. They got sewerage seeping through ceilings, and I'm cleaning that up.
Let's open the bar.
And they opened the bar so more people can get sick and puke.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, you
Well,
know,
Nancy mentioned during the break there that they were offered, get this, guys, 50% off their next cruise.
big deal.
Wow, that's
So you know
reasonable.
what? You know,
Like
my
these people
my
are going to be jumping
recommendation
on.
is that you save your money. Forget the cruises. Forget it, folks. I mean, just take a look. That Italian ship line.
Oh, yeah, that was a horrible one.
All
yeah.
those poor people died.
Well.
And look at the news about all these ships that go bloop, 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 down in the water. Pirates.
But it's the Carnival that's had so
But
many
my
problems.
idea,
Yeah, that's true. It is
my
Carnival.
idea is save your money, go to the Hilton Hawaiian Village
Oh,
Resort,
nice.
spend your dough, swim around,
There you go.
and watch all the other suckers floating out there.
Yeah, for all those landlubbers out there. Now, I'm a big fan of cruising, but after hearing these stories, it gets me thinking, what if I'm on one of these ships? I got my family with
You
me,
are
kids.
stuck.
Yeah.
my dear.
You're not going anywhere.
Unless you tie your speedboat up to the side
Yeah,
of the boat.
no, you go on a cruise. You know the Pope Nancy mentioned.
Yeah.
Well, you better say a prayer to him.
You need an escape plan, basically. Did you guys hear that there's actually, speaking of ships, there's an Australian billionaire who's building an exact replica of the Titanic.
Yeah.
I heard about
Yeah, and they're going to
this.
sail the same
Yeah, that's
route.
another
Yes.
nitwit.
Yeah.
All right. The first one.
You're asking
the
for
first
trouble.
One sank, and all these poor people are dying.
Yeah, but the
are-
equipment
are
is
dead.
better.
And
Let-
this idiot is building another one.
Let's do it again. Let's
Yeah,
try it
so
again.
Round
gee,
two,
I'm gonna
yes.
go on that.
They're going to keep doing it till they get it right.
Oh, great. Guys, coming up later in the show, Rick Michael, celebrity impressionist extraordinaire, is going to be joining the show. We're going to talk with him, doing a tribute to Frank Sinatra. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Good
And
stuff.
Cahill, where are you?
Cece, hello. Hello, girls.
Guys, stick around. More great stuff coming up right here on the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. Taking your calls, 800-336-2225, 800-336-2225. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, this is Larry Manetti. I played Rick on Magnum PI. This winter, you've got to escape to Hawaii and stay at the Hilton Hawaiian Village Waikiki Beach Resort. Come lounge by your choice of 5 beautiful sparkling swimming pools. Surf or swim on Waikiki's whitest white sandy beach. Enjoy water sports at Duke Kahanamoku Lagoon. Visit the shops. Dine at any one of Hilton Hawaiian Village's favorite restaurants and watch awesome fireworks on Friday nights. Hilton Hawaiian Village is Waikiki's only true destination resort. With more of everything, folks, book today at HiltonHawaiianVillage.com or see your travel agency. And don't forget to say, Rick sent me.
Make me feel so young. You make me feel so spring has sprung. And every time I see you grin, I'm such a happy individual.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. Guys, stick around later on in the show. We'll link with your link to the movies, and I'm really excited to hear about this new Steve Carell film paired with Jim Carrey, one of my probably all-time favorite comedic actors. We're going to see how this turns out. Will's going to give us the in-depth. That's coming up at the 40.
He's your favorite comedic actor?
He of all time. I'm spanning his entire career here, not just the more recent
Well,
stuff.
wait a minute. You said of all. You mean he's your favorite?
One of my favorite comedic actors of all time.
One of them.
Yeah, one of them. Not my sole only.
He's on the list.
He's on the list.
He hasn't popped up in anything in a while. Huh?
It's been a while. That's why I'm excited to hear about this. You know, he kind of had like that nervous breakdown for a while.
Isn't that the guy
Yeah.
that did that Virgin show? He was a virgin.
Well,
That
Steve
was Steve
Carell,
Carell.
who's also in the movie, he did the 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh, no, he's also on my list.
He's
there
good.
you go.
That's a funny movie.
It's 2 out of 3.
That's you. The 20-year-old virgin
Thank you very much.
with 2 kids.
How did that happen, Divine?
I don't know. The immaculate exception.
Guys, Rick Michael on the line. Rick Michael is a celebrity impressionist extraordinaire. He has graced the stages with Rich Little, Mickey Rooney, John Biner, Sherman Helmsley. The list goes on and on and on and on. And he's joining us now to give us a little bit of insight to something he's doing more recently. Rick, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, Larry. Thank you for having me on your show.
That's Eric. He likes to pretend he's me. But that's okay.
Only when I'm buying
you know
booze.
what?
But he's got.
I'm sorry. I don't have the.
He's got your
I don't
hat
have
on today.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Hey, were you on our show in Las Vegas? Were you
Yes.
at the
Yes, I
show
was.
at the variety show? I remember.
Hi, Rick. It's Nancy Manetti. Didn't you come to the celebrity brunch and perform there?
Yes, I did.
You did Dean
I
Martin. I
thought
remember you.
so.
Very good.
You're
Sure,
fantastic.
I'll never forget what's his name. Yeah, I do over 200 voices, so I can do whatever you want. But I love to do impressions. My mom had a brownie picture of me in 1961 doing Stan Laurel. So I've been doing it over 50 years, and growing up, going to doing the Nutty Professor at the chalkboard and getting kicked out into the principal's office. Actually doing stand-up in the 70s, and now I get paid, and they come paid to see me now. So that's my
awesome.
payback.
Good for you.
Fabulous.
Well, now, Rick, not only do you do impressions of these great celebrity artists, but you actually have a chance to meet with these people and get feedback on your impressions. How was that?
I got to tell you, well, one of the biggest thrills is I got to work with Rich Little for about 3 years, and he's a good friend of mine, and we went on tour, and then he asked me to go to Palm Springs to do, in 1995, to do Bob Hope's Celebrity Golf Tournament, and 1,500 people in the round, and in our act, I did Bob Hope to his Bing Crosby, and then when Rich was doing the Copycats, he did all the impressions with Frank Gorshin and Fred Travalena and George Kirby and all the great impressionists. And I grew up watching this guy doing Bing Crosby and who he does the most incredible. And here I am. I want to tell you, this is Bob Hope here and Larry Shaw. I want to tell you. But anyway, so all of a sudden, Les Brown is bringing me on in front of Bob Hope, Frank Sinatra, Barbara Sinatra, President Ford, and Betty Ford, and 1,500 people. I'm doing my Bob Hope impression in front of Bob Hope. I mean, to do these impressions in front of the people that you do, is such an honor. Like, I used to hang out with Rodney Did. I try to get no respect in anybody. Are you kidding me? I'm all right now, but this morning I was in rough shape. This morning I woke up, I picked up my shirt, the button fell off. I grabbed my briefcase, the handle fell off. I'm afraid to go to the bathroom here, you know? Just a bunch, you know, and then, you know, like Jerry Lewis and working with at the Sands Hotel, and I was more nervous doing Dean Martin than Jerry Lewis in front of Jerry. He said, "You should have done more of me. What are you doing?" You know, whatever. But no, but the growing up, I one of the best that I learned was doing Frank Sinatra, and to sing like Frank, and to do Frank Sinatra, and to have the original players that backed Frank Sr. and the original charts, and that's what I'm going to be doing April 6th at the Santa Fe Casino in Las Vegas, April 6th, Saturday, April 6th. So if anybody's listening, and if you want to see Sinatra Forever, I'll be doing that over there.
Hey, Rick, do you have a website that people could look up to get your dates?
You can check me out at Rick Michael, and the last name is spelled M-I-C-H-E-L. There's no A. It's rickmichael.com, and then you can see all of the sites. I produce a Rat Pack show where I play Dean Martin, and I do my Sinatra show, and I do my impersonation show, and I wrote a book that's there. It's called Live on Stage, Don't Die, Kill. And, you know, I just, you know, I've been doing this for over 35 years, and I didn't think I was going to make it past 50.
Well, you're very good. You're very good.
Well,
I remember
that.
I remember when you did our show, and I was very impressed. And you did Dean. Can you do a little for our listeners?
Oh, everybody loves somebody sometime. Oh, you know what? We feel sorry for you folks that don't drink, because when you get up in the morning, that's as good as you won't feel all day. So drink up and be somebody. Drink up and be anybody. That's what I say. Oh, yeah.
That's fabulous.
You know, my bass player backed Dean for 10 years, and he gives me jokes that Dean did on stage with Kenny Lane. There's one that we do where I have Sammy in my Rat Pack show come out with a telegram, and he goes, and he used to do this with Kenny, and he goes, I got a telegram for you. He goes, really? Why didn't you give it to me early? He goes, well, we were in rehearsal. Who's it from? It's from your wife. Really? Oh, and he opens it up, telegrams, and he goes, yeah, it's from Jeannie. He goes, not getting any better. Come home. Wait a minute. Not getting any better. Come home. What's wrong? Is she sick? No. Take your time. Look at it. Read it again and watch the punctuation. Oh, not getting any better. Come home. And so it's one of those, you know, when you get those inside jokes that do, it makes it a very authentic and original show, you know?
That is something else. Now, I mean, Rick, you know, you've been doing this for 30 years. How do you, when you start working on an impression, how do you know that you're ready to do that in front of an audience? At what point do you realize that you're ready for it?
You know, it's so weird that you say that, because sometimes I'll wake up, and there was one time I'll never forget. I woke up one day, and I swear, I don't know what it was. I think I was watching a movie, Neil Simon movie, Murder by Death, with all, you know, the Peter Sellers, and Truman Capote starred in it, you know, as the master, and David Niven and James Coco, and he always said, you know, he just woke up and I started talking like Truman Capote, you know. And then I said, wait a minute, Truman Capote sounds like Droopy Dog. and you know, there's a similarity to a lot of impressions. Like, if you have Ronald Reagan and Clint Eastwood, it's the same timbre. All of a sudden you go, well, Nancy, I remember when you wore that red dress, and go ahead and make my day, punk. I know what you're thinking. It's that same kind of thing. And then that's why it was so easy for Tony Curtis to go into Cary Grant. Well, they did that movie together, you know, Operation Spirit, and all of a sudden he goes, you know, Tony Curtis was a very good friend of mine, because, you know, some like it hot and some don't, but, you know, when you go into Cary Grant, and then all of a sudden you got that, you kind of talk like he does, you know what I'm saying? It's just an accent, you know. So it's like everybody has that same kind of a timbre. Some of them are easy to do. Some of them are a little tougher. I'm still trying to work out Christopher Walken, which I love. Everybody does good for my buddy Kevin Pollak.
What about Ernest Borgnine? You got to work on Ernie Borgnine.
Ernest Borgnine, yeah. Well, David, but this is a good one. You want to tell this one? These two guys. This is a good. You're gonna love this one. This is a good one. All right, these two dudes walk into a bar. All right, they buy it. That's how it is. That's the way it works. Okay? All right. You're going to love
Very good.
We'll be back right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Attention business owners, if your company is having trouble paying its bills, there are many ways your creditors can hurt you. They start by calling you at work, then at home. Then they call other family members that guaranteed payment. They can sue you, take your assets, freeze your bank accounts, and threaten your very way of life. If you don't handle these matters properly, you could lose everything. The good news is that you don't have to live like this anymore. Corporate Turnaround has helped thousands of small business owners reduce their debts and buy them the time they needed to pay their creditors. Rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau, Corporate Turnaround will immediately go to work handling your most difficult debts and keep your creditors from putting you out of business. The call is free and so is our consultation. That's right, we'll provide you with expert advice right now absolutely for free as part of this special radio promotion. Visit us now at profitfromdebt.com or call 1-800-505-3894. 1-800-505-3894. 1-800-505-3894.
Larry Manetti's favorite deli is Cavaretta's Italian Deli at 22045 Sherman Way in Canoga Park, California. Shop Cavaretta's Italian Deli for cold cuts, homemade cannolis, meatballs, lasagna, marinara sauce, and much, much more. Cavaretta's is open 7 days a week and has been voted the best sandwich shop by Fox 11 Television for 3 years in a row. Cavaretta's Deli in Canoga Park, the same owner, 28 years. Go to cavarettasdeli.com.
Hi, folks. This is Larry Manetti. And many of you out there suffer from skin problems. Well, I've been telling you for months how to solve that problem. It's called Herpanicin. It's the most unique and effective formula on the market. It cleans your skin from the inside out. It gets rid of all kinds of acne on your back, your neck, your face, so you can feel and you could look like a movie star. Herpanicin is a natural supplement. It was created by Dr. Wayne Diamond and his staff, and trust me, this really works. I've been on these supplements for over a year now and never had a problem. There is no reason in the world to wake up and be afraid to look in the mirror. You trust Larry. Just try it. Call 888-467-4200. 888-467-4200.
Hi, I'm Dr. Parthenia Grant. Tune into my show, Divine Love Talk, where you will learn secrets to longevity and health, ways to move into oneness, discover powerful tools to gain victory over self-sabotage, and get enlightened about relationships. So tune in to CRN for Divine Love Talk right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
So tune in to CRN1 for Divine Love Talk, Mondays, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern, right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
With me, we'll fly, let's fly away.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. And on the line right now, Rick Michael. You can check out his website, rickmichael.com. That's RICKMICHEL.com. And check out his show, Sinatra Forever, a tribute to Frank Sinatra. This guy really hits the nail on the head when it comes to impressions. And Rick, I'm glad you could take time to join us today, buddy.
Well, thank you so much for having me. That track sounds very familiar.
You've heard that somewhere, yeah. Is that you?
Yeah. Actually, yeah, it is. America's Funniest Videos calls me up like maybe once every 6-7 months, and they tell me to do a Sinatra voice to certain times of the year. I just did one for Valentine's Day, Young at Heart. I did Dean and Bing doing We Wish You the Merriest for Christmas. So they lay down the track in the studio, and then they say, Rick, just go in the studio and record this just like Frank. And so I've done about 6 or 7 of them, and Come Fly With Me that you just heard, and the one earlier, You Make Me Feel So Young, and a bunch of others that
you reside in Las Vegas, right?
Yeah, that's right. My wife and I, we both lived there in the old Las Vegas area. I've been performing there since 81.
Is that the area that Phyllis McGuire lives in?
Exactly, yeah. It's the old Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
With mature trees and mature entertainers.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, I know exactly where you live. Let me ask you, I have a question. Do you work out in the local places there, like the boot bootlegger and all to keep sharp?
Yeah. I go to the bootlegger, and I go to the tap house, and I go to the the Italian American place, and you gotta keep your chops up, and I've been, like I said, I've been working since '81 in Vegas. And I started the Tropicana, and I've worked everywhere from the Stratosphere all the way to the South. Actually, the M Resort was the last place I played with a 24-piece orchestra. We had 12 strings and a 12-piece big band.
Oh, wow.
And each one of those people played for Frank Sr. or Jr. and the original charts. And I just got the email today that they want us back there in October with the same orchestra. So I'm real excited about that.
Good for you.
That's fabulous.
Yeah,
what a great compliment.
Yeah, I remember you when we had we had the show at the Plaza, and I used to look forward to seeing you. You're really, really amazing.
Now, Rick, let me ask you something. You did know Frank, right?
Oh, yeah. I've met him several times. As a matter of fact, when I was in Atlantic City in '86, I was working at the old Playboy Club. It turned out to be the Atlantis, and he gave me an 8x10. I went to see him in the wings, standing in the wings. My feet are on the floorboards, watching him with this 30-piece orchestra and feeling, his energy and his vibrato. And he gave me a color 8x10 and signed it in gold ink to Rick with my very best wishes, Frank Sinatra. And I have pictures with him, and I got to perform for him. And I'm actually talking to his estate right now, which I hope that they'll let me continue this legacy because I don't know if you've heard they sold half of their rights to the Warner Brothers, so they've got partners to answer to. But Frank Jr. just had surgery, back surgery in November, and so he's out of commission. I said, hey, listen, you want somebody that sounds like him to keep the thing going. I mean, you just have Jack Daniels making a signature Sinatra bottle. I mean, I'll go to any place you want to cook in that stuff. So I'll be there to, instead of playing track, let me sing. This is what I've been doing.
There was nobody better than Frank. Larry and I both loved and adored him.
He owned those words. I mean, they weren't. I mean, just think about this one song, New York, New York. Everybody knows. How many people can take one word and make them 4 notes? The and if I can make it there. I mean, this guy could do stuff.
Amazing.
He's the only one that can change the title of the song. In 1980, he won a Best Grammy for "You and Me, We Want It All." Carol Bear Sager and Pete Allen, they wrote the words to "You and Me." Actually, the title was "We Wanted It All," but he changed it to "You and Me," and it won a Grammy for Best Song. Same thing with "Fly Me to the Moon." It was in other words. That was the title of the song, the original title. And "Fly Me to the Moon" was only used one time in the song in the very beginning. And in other words, it was done like 8 or 9 times in the song. So Frank had that power to be able to say, hey, this song is mine, and this is the way it's going to be,
Well, not only is he a Frank Sinatra history buff, he is also called the closest thing to Sinatra we've ever heard by Variety Magazine. You can check out his show, Sinatra Forever, Saturday, April 6th at the Santa Fe Casino in Las Vegas. Go to rickmichael.com. That's RickMichel.com. Get your tickets. Rick, thank you so much, man, for taking time to join us today. It's been a pleasure.
See you later, Rick. We love you, buddy.
Show. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Rick.
Stick around, guys. We have more coming up right after these messages.
Whether it's a serious fall, fire danger, or other type of home emergency, Life Alert is there for you. The company with its slogan, "Help, I've Fallen and I Can't Get Up," protects its members. Here are some of them.
When you have a heart attack like I did, and there's no one there, Life Alert was there for me.
Having a secure feeling through Life Alert is ideal.
My independence is possible because of it.
Now, Life Alert can also protect you in a fire emergency with a system that automatically notifies our monitoring center.
Thanks to Life Alert, you can live alone without ever being alone.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-814-4041. That's 1-800-814-4041. Call now, 1-800-814-4041. For a free brochure, call 1-800-814-4041. 1-800-814-4041.
This is Fred Dreyer for Regenix. The Regenix Hair Loss Clinic was developed as a comprehensive and all-natural hair loss treatment program for men and women. I have been in the Regenix program for 6 years, and it works. Your natural hair loss treatment program will be custom formulated for your hair with a microanalysis of your hair and scalp. You can follow the Regenix program anywhere in the world. In fact, you never have to visit clinic facilities. All the elements of Regenix hair loss treatments are natural and FDA approved for safety. There is no risk of side effects. If your hair loss is in the early stages, or if baldness runs in your family, you may be able to prevent hair loss with Regenix. Many of our clients do not have hair loss problems yet, but use Regenix for dry, oily, flaky, tight scalp, eliminating everything from dandruff to the symptoms of psoriasis. Call now for an analysis of your hair. Call 1-800-REGENIX. That's 1-800-REGENIX, or go to regenix.com.
Log on to fantasygolftour.com for weekly fantasy golf events with cash and free play options. Go to fantasygolftour.com to play in this week's $3,000 purse event for free. That's right, play in this week's $3,000 purse event for free.
My name is Marina from Fort Lauderdale. I played in the $20,000 event and won $5,000. It was so easy to play.
Sign up now at fantasygolftour.com for this week's event for free. You can be one of the next big winners, but you can't win if you don't play. So go to fantasygolftour.com for weekly events that follow the golf tour with sponsored purses from $20,000 to $100,000. Don't just watch the game, become a part of the game and win big. What are you waiting for? Log on now to fantasygolftour.com and play for free in this week's $3,000 purse event. That's fantasygolftour.com. Fantasygolftour.com. Taking fantasy golf to the next level.
Hi, this is Larry Manetti. I played Rick on Magnum PI. This winter, you've got to escape to Hawaii and stay at the Hilton Hawaiian Village Waikiki Beach Resort. Come lounge by your choice of 5 beautiful sparkling swimming pools. Surf or swim on Waikiki's whitest white sandy beach. Enjoy water sports at Duke Kahanamoku Lagoon. Visit the shops. Dine at any one of Hilton Hawaiian Village's favorite restaurants and watch awesome fireworks on Friday nights. Hilton Hawaiian Village is Waikiki's only true destination resort. With more of everything, folks. Book today at HiltonHawaiianVillage.com or see your travel agency. And don't forget to say, Rick sent me.
I've been so many places in my life and time. I've sung a lot of songs. I've made some bad rhymes. I've acted out my life in stages with 10,000 people watching. But we're alone now, and I'm singing this song to you. I know you're
Welcome back, everybody. It is the PM show with Larry and Nancy Manetti, the voice of Donny Hathaway.
Fabulous.
Thank
I
you,
was going to
Tomas.
say that.
Yeah, were you?
Yeah.
Oh.
You just have
Eric
to.
just jumps right in.
I'm sorry. I got to back off there.
Show ruined.
Wow. It's almost making me feel as bad as insulting our good buddy Gary last week.
You
I
better
really-
apologize to him. Get him on the line
I gotta
right now.
apologize. Oh, we do have Gary on the line. All right. Hey, Gary.
What?
How you doing, buddy?
Oh, hi. What's up, Mr. and Mrs. Manetti?
Hi, Gary. How are you?
Gary, we thought we lost you. We thought that you were upset with us.
Oh, no. I was not disappointed, but it's just that I have to follow some orders as much as you have.
Oh, very good. Well, I'm glad that we did not insult you, Gary. I got to tell you, the quality of this phone call could not be better.
Yes.
This is-
Right. That's what he meant last week.
That's right.
You were breaking up.
It was a technical problem.
Technical phone call.
It was the phone and not the personality.
No, absolutely, Gary. We love you, Gary. Of course, it wasn't you. It was the phone.
So what's up this week, buddy?
Well, now, hold on. And I have a question I was going to ask. Were you friends with Dallas's Patrick Duffy?
Very good friends.
Wow.
Yeah, very good.
And
we were both under contract to Universal Studios way back in 1972.
He's a nice man.
Nice guy.
Well, I'm sending you some great big hugs and with dances. And make sure you tell Mr. Mantooth that I said hi. And will you tell, and I have a question for Randy, if you have him by the show. Was there nobody else like Julie London who did everything from movies to TV?
We will definitely ask him.
We love Julie London.
And hopefully we'll have him on the show for you, Gary.
Yeah, we've got we have Randy Mantooth in the wings, so you will hear him.
Yeah. I know you're a big fan, Gary, so
I
we'll
got
get him
the
on for
question,
you.
and you got my question.
You bet.
To him, huh?
You bet.
Thanks. Be blessed.
Thank you, Gary. Have a
Thanks.
great
Take care.
week.
You know, thank you guys, Larry and Nancy and Will, for bringing that to light. I was not aware that I insulted Gary's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, because he couldn't tell that his phone was the one with the problem. I mean,
Yeah,
for
you
everyone,
lost a lot of sleep over that. Didn't you?
I'm blushing with just pure humiliation right
See,
now. Thank you for
your
calling,
job could go poof.
Yeah, that's right. Here today, gone tomorrow.
Gary has that power
Yes,
at
he
this
does.
network.
Well, he did bring up a good point. We got to get Randy Mantooth on the air because he's got a long history of TV around the
Froggy, make a note.
Yeah, that's right.
I
Gotta get Randy
So,
Mantooth.
all right, we'll do it.
Okay. Now, Larry, what happened last week? I got to find out what happened last week because the lovely producer Courtney Cadera, she tried calling you and we couldn't get through. We kept getting the answering machine, and then I hear something about cats with you guys. What happened?
Well, I had construction over at the house, and we got this bratty kid that lives next door.
Oh boy!
And all the garage doors were open, and it's like.
Are
in
you
and
sure
out.
you want to tell this?
Well, he asked me, "What am I going to do?" We got 11
it's
million
so
people
upsetting.
out there.
All right.
So anyway, at like 5 o'clock they leave, and I shut everything up. And Nancy says, "Where's Lulu?" I said, "I don't know." So she's Lulu. She's looking all over the place. No Lulu. So I said, "I'm going into the freezer, and I'm going to defrost some spaghetti gravy." I open the freezer, and there's the cat.
Oh no!
She freaks.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
So anyway,
This little baby kitty.
I called the vet, and she gets on the phone, and I tell her, what happened, and she says, "Well, do you have any like lawnmower or any kind of thing with gasoline?" So I said, "Yeah." So she says, "Get a rag, soak it, and then put it on its tongue and wet its lips."
Yeah, but just a little tiny bit, right?
Little drops.
A little bit of gasoline.
So
on the
I
tongue and
did.
lips. Okay.
Of course, I'm shaking and
No,
going,
it's
"Oh, God."
underneath the
and,
tongue.
And Nancy's behind me.
Oh.
Is he moving? So
I was a
anyway,
wreck.
Poor kitty.
so the cat started to move. Then the cat started spinning around and goes, bzz, 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 and then all of a sudden, bang, boom, nothing.
Oh boy, what happened?
It ran out of gas.
You had me hanging on the edge of my seat.
I was buying the story.
Of course you were. That's how we get people.
He ran out of gas.
All right, and for our next move.
I'm sitting here thinking, did you guys call animal control? Did you guys
I
call,
was like, this is horrific.
Yeah.
There's
No.
a frozen cat.
call PETA?
Wait. Disclaimer here.
If
Everybody,
somebody did that to our cats, they'd be dead.
Excuse me. Talking here.
Yes.
Everybody should know that we actually have 6 cats of our own. We are huge animal lovers, and that is just a joke
Yes.
that we usually tell to our friends that are animal lovers to get them.
Yeah, I'm sorry, folks, if we got you upset.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. You definitely got me.
Lulu never was.
Well, I'm glad it had a happy punchline.
That's
So
what
there
we
go.
call a sick joke.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
what we
boy.
call a dead joke.
Guys, we are taking calls 800-336-2225, 800-336-2225 to talk to Larry and Nancy Manetti. Of course, we just got off the line with Rick Michael, and coming up next segment, guys, we'll be talking to Will Link all about his trip to the movies this week. And again, Will, I'm really excited about this new Jim Carrey film, and I don't give it away yet.
I won't.
Darn it! Not even a hint.
Well, I'm excited to hear about the Halle Berry movie. So there.
Yeah, that's
something for everybody.
Yeah.
In the Link to the Movies segment.
That's
this
right.
week.
That's right.
Just think, somewhere, someplace, there's a Carnival cruise floating around.
Going down.
Gurgling.
Going down. Man your battle stations.
Okay, guys, we're going to a break. When we come back, we're taking you on a trip to the movies on CRN Digital Talk Radio. CRN Digital Talk is celebrating 30 years on the air, and to commemorate, we're publishing our first ever quarterly online magazine, complete with lifestyle articles, recipes, and travel tips from network hosts like Dr. Parthenia Grant, Carell, and Michael Horn. To find out how to sign up and get your own copy of the magazine, visit our website at crntalk.com or our Facebook page at facebook.com/CRNTalk.
Hi, folks. This is Larry Manetti. And many of you out there suffer from skin problems. Well, I've been telling you for months how to solve that problem. It's called Herpanicin. It's the most unique and effective formula on the market. It cleans your skin from the inside out. It gets rid of all kinds of acne on your back, your neck, your face, so you can feel and you could look like a movie star. Herpanicin is a natural supplement. It was created by Dr. Wayne Diamond and his staff, and trust me, this really works. I've been on these supplements for over a year now and never had a problem. There is no reason in the world to wake up and be afraid to look in the mirror. You trust Larry. Just try it. Call 888-467-4200. 888-467-4200. Hi, I'm Larry Manetti from Magnum PI. Remember me? I played Rick. And over the years, I've been asked so many times to republish my book, Aloha Magnum, which is a 5-star hit. Well, folks, I did it. If you want to see the behind-the-scenes episodes and all the naughty things that went on Magnum PI, you go to the internet and punch up LarryManetti.com, and Aloha Magnum is there at your reach. I thank you for your loyalty. Take care, folks.
And now, with the CRN Movie Report, it's our own Will Link. Well, I kind of came in early on that one a little bit.
It's fine.
Let's do it again. It's our own Will Link.
Yeah.
He's going to come in next week with a red cape.
I love the triumphant 20th Century Fox music.
You should fly in.
I'm going to. 1 week when I'm not here at the beginning of the show, just expect me to soar on in.
Oh, that's great.
On my cue. Okay. So what do we want to start? We want to start with Burt Wonderstone or the call?
Let's start with the call.
Let's start with the call.
Yeah.
The Call is a new Halle Berry thriller. And Abigail Breslin is also this, Little Miss Sunshine. Now she's more of a teenager, and she plays a girl who's kidnapped. And Halle Berry's the 911 operator who gets her call while she's trapped in the trunk of this car. And it just so happens that the person who did this kidnapping is the same person who had kidnapped someone earlier that Halle Berry had also taken the call of, and it didn't turn out too well. The girl was killed.
Oh my
so now
God.
Halle Berry's the 911 operator. She's very committed to being on the phone with this girl, saving this girl. And when I saw the trailer for this, I said, this looks like a kind of by-the-numbers kind of thriller. I dismissed it. And I'll tell you what, I really enjoyed this film.
Scary?
It was really thrilling. It was really the stuff in the trunk of the car, like you don't know where it's going to turn, and then there's some sequences later back at the kidnapper's place that are pretty, they kind of reminded me a little Silence of the Lambs-ish.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So
it
wait,
was really
I have
intense.
A question. Did this person that was in the trunk have a cell phone to call?
Yes.
So what is wrong with them because you know that you can track a cell phone?
Well, what happens is in the film she has a cell phone, but there's a second cell phone that her friend leaves behind, which is a disposable cell phone, which you cannot track.
Oh, so they thought about this.
They thought about this. They handle your question in the film.
That's very good.
Oh,
They
boy,
do.
You can't get nothing by Manetti.
And you know what? It's a really solid film. I also thought, you don't see movies about the 911 operator. And they show a lot about what they have to do, just as a job, and the stress that job has, because you kind of have to take these calls with these horrible situations, and you don't really ever know how they turn out.
Nobody ever gives them credit.
Yeah,
Thank you. Yeah, that's
and the
nice.
film does a really good job, and it has a really surprising ending.
Well, tell us.
I'll tell you all about it. So it happens in the last scene. No, it's honestly, I was really surprised how much I enjoyed this film. And Halle Berry does a solid job. Abigail Breslin, she's getting older, and sometimes some of these cute kid actors as they get older, but she does a great job. She's got it.
All Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, she's not going to be a Macaulay Culkin. She's gonna be with us.
Very good.
She's going to be in movies for a while.
That kid's Joe Pesci's chauffeur now.
Yeah.
Is he really?
No, I'm kidding.
But
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
So
what's
big
what's
surprise.
Your take?
I'll give it some thumbs up there.
All
Two big
right.
thumbs.
Yeah,
up.
I
Hey,
really
good.
enjoyed it. Surprised by this movie.
Yeah.
Now make magic for us.
Well,
Burt Wonderstone.
now I said that. The incredible Burt Wonderstone. It's Steve Carell and Jim Carrey, and Steve Carell's kind of this aging Vegas magician. He's kind of past his prime, and there's this new hotel opening up, and him and Jim Carrey are the magicians. They're competing to try to get a contract there. Whoever comes up with the better act will get the contract. But Carell's character, Burt Wonderstone, he's not as taken by magic anymore. It's kind of lost its, magic. And before I said with the call, I thought it was going to be by the numbers, and it wasn't. Well, Burt Wonderstone, to be honest, it's very by the numbers.
Oh, okay.
Like you see, here's the montage where he starts to love
You
magic.
mean they sawed
again.
a woman in
And
half still and everything?
Well, not necessarily his routines are by the numbers, but here's the montage of he's learning to love magic again, and here's the scene where the two magicians do. But what saves the movie is that the performances are great, and Jim Carrey in particular steals the movie.
Oh,
It's a supporting part, and he plays this kind of David Blaine or Chris Angel type magician. Like his stuff.
Rock star magician.
Yeah, it's not real. Like Carell's big argument with it is it's not even magic, and Jim Carrey's just doing these things of I'm gonna lie on a bed of hot coals all night. I'm gonna sleep on this. And my skin's gonna burn, but it's magic. But it's not
Sounds
really.
fun.
And Jim Carrey does a great job. This Carell's good too, and
Now, do they perform magic tricks in this movie?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, okay.
look, I don't know how much of it's editing or how much Steve Carell learned sleight of hand.
Did you believe it?
Well, because it was a movie, I didn't. But if I saw the same thing on stage, I'm cynical about these things. I assume, they just edited that. But the tricks were good. They were fun. And he's got a good relationship with Steve Buscemi, plays his partner in the film, Burt Wonderstone's partner in the film, and they're great together.
Great cast. It's a great cast.
Olivia Wilde also,
I love her. From House.
Yeah, she's great.
I love her.
Guys, let me tell you what.
And is she gorgeous?
Yeah, you know what? The takeaway from this movie is how impossibly, painfully good-looking is Olivia Wilde.
Gorgeous. Flawless.
So, and you know what? Although the plot has really been there, done that, get some laughs from these actors. They do a good job. They sell it. They sell what, in lesser hands might have been some more stale material. So, it's not as enthusiastic a thumbs up as The Call, but you know what? It's a fun time at the movies.
But
I heard Steve Carell on a talk show, and he said the worst thing about doing the movie was excuse my French, the goddamn spray tan he had to get every day.
Oh, yeah, because he's very much, he looks like he's kind of trapped in another era.
He's
and
a lily white
He's in another time.
He's wearing
zone.
like this velvet outfit, and it's kind of open chest.
No, but you're saying that it's just pure good entertainment.
It's just you're gonna go and you're gonna get some laughs.
Good. Right.
That's what I want.
So this weekend you go to The Call, you get some thrills, then stop in Burt Wonderstone, get some laughs.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned Jim Carrey really steals the show on this one. I'm a huge Jim Carrey fan, and it has been a while since he's done a really just a great performance.
Yeah, and this is a scene-stealing performance. You could tell he's having a great time with it. He hasn't done anything, I think, since like Mr. Popper's Penguins.
I think that was the last time I saw him.
That wasn't really one of those Jim Carrey.
No.
And it's very hard to say too.
Yeah, it is. He's got another movie coming out too this summer. He's going to be in Kick-Ass 2.
Oh, that's right. I've seen the previews. It looks awesome. It looks interesting, guys. So run out there, check out the movies. Of course, The Call. 2 big thumbs up from our man Will Link, and Burt Wonderstone, the incredible Burt Wonderstone. I guess you're giving
I'll give it a single thumb up because, like I said, the movie's got some problems, but the actors sell it.
Go out, spend some money at the movies, guys. Support the arts. We'll be back right after these messages on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
how old is the roof on your home? If it's over 15 years old, how much longer will it last before the leaks begin? Think about the damage. Then think about this. If it's time for a new roof, call Sears to get your roofing done right. And if you call Sears right now, you'll save $500. Just call 1-888-749-4455. Sears licensed, fully insured contractors install a variety of shingles and styles that are built for long-lasting performance. And you'll save $500 if you call right now. So call Sears for a free in-home consultation. That's 888-749-4455. Hurry, this offer ends soon. It's not available in all areas. Installation provided by Sears authorized licensed contractors. License information available upon request. So if you need a new roof, call Sears Roofing. Call right now and save $500. 888-749-4455. That's 1-888-749-4455. Larry Manetti's favorite deli is Cavaretta's Italian Deli at 22045 Sherman Way in Canoga Park, California. Shop Cavaretta's Italian Deli for cold cuts, homemade cannolis, meatballs, lasagna, marinara sauce, and much, much more. Cavaretta's is open 7 days a week and has been voted the best sandwich shop by Fox 11 Television for 3 years in a row. Cavaretta's Deli in Canoga Park, the same owner, 28 years. Go to cavarettasdeli.com. Homeowners, in today's world, no neighborhood is immune from burglaries. So call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, and get a free security system with free activation and free hardware. You pay just a $99 installation fee and monitoring services. Call right now. You'll also get 6 door and window sensors for free. Call right now. 1-866-669-8954. That's 866-669-8954. $99 installation charge, 36-month monitoring agreement at $36.99 a month. For new homeowner customers with satisfactory credit history only. Certain restrictions may apply and it cannot be combined with any other offer. The total package includes 6 door and window sensors. Get a free home security system with free activation and free hardware. Call now, 866-669-8954. That's toll free, 866-669-8954.
Hi, this is Joe Mantegna. Every time my Uncle Willie tells me about his service in Patton's Third Army in World War II, I'm reminded of what we owe the U.S. Army. 14 generations of American soldiers who have courageously defended our nation. Their stories represent the best of America and should never be forgotten. Join me to help build the National Museum of the United States Army, a long overdue tribute to all American soldiers. To learn more, visit armyhistory.org.
Chicago. Hey, folks, in Chicago, there's Gibson's, and it's the only steakhouse with its own USADA designation prime beef, and man, it's the best. And when you're in Gibson's, they got the greatest desserts. I mean, you could float around in the martinis.
Ooh.
And as I've said a million times, they have a bar like the old days with a piano player. And man, it is a kick-butt place. You can really have a good time. And because I'm from Chicago, I'm a little prejudiced, but being around the world, I could tell you this is one place you guys... Froggy, quit it. You know, Froggy's a little upset because next door they have Hugo's Frog Bar and Fish House. But, you know, folks, if you want to have a blast and you live in Chicago, you got to visit. And if you're going on a vacation, stop in at Gibson's and tell them Larry sent you.
Right there on legendary Rush Street. Excuse Lush.
Well, there's a lot of Lush.
Talking about a bar, and then, yeah.
Right there at legendary.
You've been there a few times.
Legendary Rush Street. Be
A lot
sure
of
to check out
people.
Gibson's.
More people on the floor over there than Johnson Wax.
Thank you, Dean.
Oh, guys, we are taking your calls. We are answering your emails. L. Manetti at crni.net. L. Manetti at crni.net is how you send us an email. And we got a whole bunch of Facebook stuff here. We also have phone calls. Right now, we do have Vincento from Vermont. He called into 800-336-2225 to get on the show with us. Hey, Vincento, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Hi, Nancy, Larry. How's it going?
Oh, thank
Fabulous.
you. Very good. What's going on? What's going on in Vermont? You making maple syrup?
Yes, matter of fact, Larry, I have that, and I'm going to mail it to you within the next week.
Oh, beauty.
Oh.
We'll have pancakes.
Yes. Yeah, Larry, I was watching Hawaii Five-0, and I saw that episode with you as Nicky DeMarco. It was an awesome episode.
Oh, thank you. That's nice of you to say.
Yeah, it was good. It was good to see you back in Hawaii.
Oh, thanks. Well, I'm looking forward to going back soon.
Oh, that's good.
So what's going on? What are you doing over there?
Oh, I work for a lawyer in Boston during the week, and I go back home on weekends.
Oh, wow, Vincent. You're a busy guy, yeah.
Boston has great pizza, doesn't it?
Oh, yes.
Oh, best, yeah.
Wait, what?
Best.
Boston has the best pizza?
Yeah.
I'm just throwing that out. What would happen? You
You're
challenging?
saying this is someone from New York? And you're from Chicago. We should be fighting about New York, Chicago.
I'll tell you what.
No, Boston's water.
I'm a pizza fanatic, and Chicago has deep dish pizza.
That's right.
Now, I'm not a fan of deep dish pizza. Sorry. And anybody like Cahill and Dennis are going to go, oh, poo, 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 poo. I love thin crust.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I like the New York
like New
style.
York style.
But
Yeah.
trust me, Boston's got great pizza.
It's good.
I'm disgusted by this.
Well, we're going to wait for the maple syrup.
Oh, Vincento, man, you're the man. Thank you so much for supporting your show.
You too, thank you. Larry, Nancy, thank you.
Thank you. Take care, Vincent.
You too, thank you.
Hey, first-time caller, Vincento, man, thank you, and call again. You're always welcome, buddy.
And he started a debate.
He sure did. We got to pick this one up later.
Listen, I want everybody to know that Larry's books are still available. Aloha Magnum. Absolutely fabulous, kids. You will love it with recipes, episode guide, everything you will ever need to know about Larry and his escapades. You can buy it only at LarryManetti.com.
And the pasta vazul recipe. Oh, my God.
That's LarryManetti.com. Get them while they're hot.
Yes, guys, and stick around next week on the show, Wink Martindale.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Wink.
Yeah, he's
and his
just
wonderful
fascinating
wife. They're
guy.
fabulous.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much for joining us, and stick around. More great CRN programming coming up right after this on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Twang your magic twanger, Froggy.
I get tired.
By now, you know that getting all your favorite CRN programming is easier than ever. It's right on your TV through your local cable provider. But when you're on the move, stuck in a train, in a plane, or in your car, you'll be happy to know that we've created our very own app. Right now, you could be catching up on all the shows you might have missed or listening live to your favorites. From your iPhone, iPad, or BlackBerry, just search CRN Digital Talk Radio. Go ahead, I'll wait. Okay, got it? Now you have access to all of our great shows anywhere in the world and the ability to be a part of them by calling our toll-free studio line at 800-336-2225. For more information on where and how to listen, log on to crntalk.com and create your own listening experience today.
The radio channels. The radio channels. CRN.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. The Syrian government is claiming that rebels engaged in a chemical attack on a village in northern Aleppo province. But State Department spokeswoman Victoria Nuland says there is nothing to substantiate Syria's claim that rebels have used chemical weapons.
We have no reason to believe these allegations represent anything more than the regime's continued attempts to discredit the legitimate opposition and distract from its own atrocities committed against the Syrian people.
Former U.S. Ambassador Ambassador to Iraq James Franklin Jeffrey was asked what he thinks the U.S. should do about Syria.
I and many other people who are more knowledgeable than I am have recommended courses of action from no-fly zones to arming the insurgents, and we need to really start thinking seriously about this. This is just going to get worse.
Also at SRNnews.com, competing measures to balance the nation's budget are being pushed by the GOP in the House and Democrats in the Senate. House Speaker John Boehner tells the Salem Radio Network spending is dangerously out of control in Washington.
We've got a spending problem here in Washington. The debt has grown out of control. And while there's no debt crisis today, it's right around the corner.
In other news, Senate Democrats have decided to strip an assault weapons ban from gun control legislation that will be brought to the Senate floor next month. Majority Leader Harry Reid says there aren't enough votes for the ban and that including it could jeopardize passage of all proposed reforms. The ban will receive a separate vote and is expected to fail. The Carnival passenger ship that was crippled by an engine fire in the Gulf of Mexico last month will be out of commission longer than first expected. More than 4,000 people were stranded aboard Carnival Triumph for 5 days. Carnival says the vessel won't return to service until June 13th, meaning 10 more cruises will have to be canceled. On Wall Street, the Dow by 3 points, the Nasdaq down by 8, the S&P lower by 3. Crude oil fell $1.58 to close at $92.16 a barrel. This is SRN News.
You're standing on the edge of the Sea of Galilee. Finally. Right now, you're walking on the same shores Jesus walked on, and it doesn't seem so long ago when he first met Peter and transformed him into his most devoted disciple. Jesus' miracles are alive in your heart, but you've never felt how real they are, how very close, until you've stood in the places they actually happened. What does it feel like to be baptized in the sacred waters of the Jordan River, to enter the garden tomb where he rose in all his glory? Find out for yourself. Come to Israel and experience the wonder of the Holy Land in person, where your faith will come alive as never before. It's the place you've been waiting your whole life to see. Visit bestdealsisrael.com to learn about special offers that can make your dream journey to Israel a reality. Visit Israel. You'll never be the same.
A new study concludes that a staggering 1 in 3 seniors dies with Alzheimer's disease or other types of dementia.
The Alzheimer's Association report highlights the impact the mind-destroying disease is having on the rapidly aging population. Dying with Alzheimer's is not the same as dying from it, the report stresses, but it says even when dementia is not the direct cause of death, it can be the final blow. For example, speeding somebody's decline, if only by interfering with their care for serious diseases like cancer, heart disease, or other serious ailments. Bob Agnew, SRN News.
The Memphis City Council has changed the ordinance on parades and public assemblies prompted by a scheduled Ku Klux Klan rally. Such groups will be allowed to stage events, but groups outside of Memphis will have to cover the cost of providing additional police security. The city will also ban the wearing of masks for the purpose of civil rights intimidation. This is SRN News. The White House is planning to proceed with the popular Easter egg roll despite budget concerns in Washington.
Tickets for the April 1st event include a disclaimer that says the Easter egg roll could be canceled if there's a government shutdown at the end of the month. But White House Press Secretary Jay Carney says the annual event is expected to take place.
We are currently planning to proceed with the Easter egg roll.
More than 35,000 people are scheduled to be on the White House grounds for games, storytelling, and the traditional rolling of hard-boiled eggs on the South Lawn. Greg Clugston, SRN News, the White House.
The Supreme Court will release audio recordings of next week's arguments in 2 homosexual marriage cases just a few hours after they conclude. The justices will hear arguments over California's Proposition 8 on Tuesday and the Federal Defense of Marriage Act on Wednesday. The audio files will be released on the court's website about 2 hours after the end of the proceedings. More details at srnnews.com. I'm Keith Peters in Washington.
Attention business owners. Did you know that over 50% of people who search for a local business are doing it on their mobile device? If your business doesn't have a website designed for mobile viewing, then you're missing out on a huge amount of new customers. The good news is that ABI Hosting is now giving away a free mobile website with every annual business plan. That's right. Sign up with ABI today, and we'll include a mobile version of your website absolutely for free. This doesn't replace your current website. It's an additional version optimized for mobile viewing that you can also edit and further customize. It's loaded with high-tech features, including click-to-map and the popular click-to-call feature, which makes it even easier for mobile users to find you.
Is this item in stock?
I'd like to make a reservation.
To learn more, call now.
1-800-769-0887. That's 1-800-769-0887. Get your free mobile website now. Again, 1-800-769-0887. That's 1-800-769-0887.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD, host of Healthline. Join me live and hear the latest breakthrough information for you and your family. Adrenal glands are the overworked, undernourished whipping boys of the body, beaten by stress, caffeine, and poor sleep. Treat your adrenal glands to their food of choice, Adrenal Support. Buy 2 bottles, get the third one free. Call 800-370-3447.
And listen to the Healthline radio show Monday through Friday at 2:30 p.m. Pacific Time, 5:30 Eastern, here on CRN.
Hello, Tomas. We've got the mayor. Fidel, we've got the mayor waiting at that number, hands on his hips, fury, smoke coming out of his ears. How come? I know, but I'm just trying to get the message across to my beloved CRN that the former mayor of Shiloh is waiting at the... Now, wait a minute. Sarah is going to get on the line with you and give you the number. We don't want to waste one more precious second when we could be talking to the mayor. So I turn you over to Sarah. She's going to, she's got her tail over the dashboard chasing him, and I think she's going to catch him. I'm Barry Farber. I've heard it. I've heard it. The mayor of Shiloh, you can be sure, has heard it a million times more than I have. I will never, never understand a few things about this planet Earth. And tell you what you do, sir. You call Tomas, and we'll make that connection right away. You've got... Yeah.
I don't have his phone number.
Okay, wait a minute. Tomas, can you hang on 1 second? I hate to sound like the Tunerville trolley here, but that's what we are. But once we get the mayor, then in a positive direction, which I really wish the White House would learn to move in.
Are you vamping right now?
I'm just telling you what I'm looking forward to as the president.
Okay.
I wish I could hold my breath until the president takes off, flies to Israel, does his thing, and then comes. Well, I can't.
Okay. I have.
I think we've broken the code, Sarah.
Yeah.
I think. Would you let me just write a little something right here, and I'll show you how you get in touch with Tomas. Okay. Now, the mayor of Shiloh. This may surprise some people. The mayor of Shiloh on the West Bank is an American, or was an American. That happens quite a bit in Israel. People, Jews mostly, but not entirely, from all over the world come to Israel. There's a Hebrew expression for it. It's called to make aliyah. First time I heard it, I thought it was some Middle Eastern recipe for candies, something like halava. No, making aliyah means you move to Israel and you reestablish your life there. I know it seems like a rough thing. You're living in America. You got everything. You're living in the best country of the world. In the world, people sneak in constantly, risking their lives. And you live here. You belong here. Going to Israel, there's no illegal immigration problem there unless you want to consider terrorists with bombs an illegal immigration problem. I can't think of a more interesting contributory guest for talk radio on the eve of President Barack Obama's great trip to Israel than an American, so there's not going to be any linguistic flapdoodle here. David Rubin understands what I'm saying, and we'll understand what he's saying. But an American who was a mayor on the West Bank in Shiloh, wow, can't do better than that tonight. And we'll be connecting with him right after a very short commercial break.
Jay Farner here from Quicken Loans. We get a lot of tweets from folks that sound just like this. Jay, I bought my home in 2007. Since then, it's gone down in value. Now I owe more on my mortgage than my home is worth. Can I refinance? The answer may very well be yes. Recently, the government announced changes that may allow folks to refinance even if their home has lost value. For example, if you owe $300,000 on your mortgage, but your home's only worth $150,000, Quicken Loans may still be able to help you. Or if your current mortgage rate is higher than 3.99%, you've got to give us a call today at 800-QUICKEN. And for 3 years in a row now, J.D. Power & Associates has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. So, if your current mortgage is higher than 3.99%, or if you owe more than your home is worth, call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com.
For J.D. Power & Associates award information, visit jdpower.com. Important terms and conditions apply. Calls for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
We're chasing them around America, and it's a lot easier to catch somebody when you're doing that than when you're chasing them around Israel. I'm Barry Farber. Sarah is off tonight working backstage. A great showman named Mike Todd once said, never take the audience backstage, but that's exactly what we're doing right now. We are feverishly trying. You know, I really think the PLO has connections with Verizon. It is astounding how much the following happens. We will get a number for a guest, usually about something important and controversial, and Tomas, studio producer, supreme, superior,
Yes?
will call that number, and it will not be the right number. It'll be busy, it'll be a voicemail, and then Tomas will let me know, hey Chief, big flop, that's not the number. Now Tomas is in California, I'm in New York. Isn't modern day radio wonderful? So then we call the number that Tomas has just called and failed. And there he is saying, why aren't we on the air? So Sarah has just, for the second time this evening, done that second part. And I mean, this guest is really worth chasing. Sarah, how about it? Did you get the mayor?
I have the correct phone number now.
Okay, good. Well, we're not going to give his correct phone number over the air. Tomas? Okay. I think we're hot on his heels now. I could probably hold my breath until we get Dave Rubin. By the way, he and his 3-year-old son were injured. You can be sure I'm going to ask him about this. Were injured in a terrorist attack driving home from Jerusalem to that controversial place where they live, which is the so-called West Bank. And David decided to take revenge, but not the normal kind of revenge. This was a revenge, a constructive revenge, a revenge of peace, a revenge of kindness. For that, believe me, there are enough Jewish proverbs to serve us well. But maybe a Spanish proverb works better here. Living well is the best revenge. Dave Rubin, welcome to America. Welcome, what I'll call home, and welcome to the Sarah and Barry Show. I don't think we've ever talked to each other from the same country before. Glad we're doing it now.
Yeah.
I was talking about the terrorist attack that tried to kill you and your son. Let's start there. What was your response to that?
Well, when someone is attacked in a terrorist attack, and especially when your 3-year-old son is attacked and wounded, the natural feeling is that the gut reaction says that you want to get back somehow. You want to take revenge. But look, I understand that that Israel has an army, and we have an army that is prepared and able to fight our enemies. And it's not my job as an individual. So as an individual, what was I able to do? Well, after we saw how my son had been wounded, and we saw the deep psychological trauma that he had experienced, and not to mention the physical wounds, and of course the psychological trauma that so many other children had experienced. So that's when I decided to start